Okay, so I'm looking at Raffine scheming Seer as a new potential commander. We live? Okay, so with that, I'm looking at Raffine scheming Seer as a new potential commander. And just quickly making sure that I'm in fact live. Microphone's working and, well, everything. No, that's the inventory. I want to go into my deck editor. Yeah, here they first things first, since I'm playing commander mode, they make you just, well, pick a commander. I'm eyeing this one as a potential option. If we set Hashaton, it should also include the blue, right? Because it has a blue mana symbol and it's activate in... It's... Okay, it's a triggered ability that has a mana cost associated with it. Okay, if I would put this as the commander, then... Yeah, of course we'd be able to play blue. It's white-black, but because there's also like a blue mana symbol in its text, and it's not reminder text, that contributes to its color identity, so... We have white, blue, black if we play Hashaton, and likewise we also have those colors if we play Raffine. Yeah, this is both a commander that can come down really early in the game, turn 3, maybe even earlier if I start finding broken stuff like Moxen. It's really good at blocking because it's got 4 toughness, has good evasion, demands pretty much an answer almost immediately whenever your opponent casts it, and it punishes them for trying to do so because everything they would try and target this with costs 1 more because of the ward. Also, you can just filter your hand to your heart's content. You can just make Raffine even stronger just by attacking with her, even attacking with 1 creature, yeah, you still get to draw 1, discard 1, just put a 1/1 counter on something. But even more ideally, I'm gonna want to have as many creatures on board as I can possibly get. And the deck I'm currently playing so happens to be good at that. So I think we can bridge pretty nicely over from Daxos into Raffine. Let me just see where I perhaps haven't been yet. I'm just eyeing more towns. I probably just want to run through the towns. Specifically, try and just put some more, put a good mana base together. I have a few, non-basic lands that can make multiple colors of mana and don't come in tapped here and there, but I want to find even more. I mean, especially I want to find them in Esper colors. I guess I'll still look around, see what cards they've got for sale. Oh, Esper Sentinel. That's a good one. Oh, and Raffine can just put, +1/+1 counters on this guy, so they'll have to pay more mana to just prevent me from drawing cards off the Sentinel. I mean, he's definitely good enough on his own, even if he's got only, 1 power, but... Yeah, if I can just easily dump +1/+1 counters on him, he's only gonna get even better, so definitely pick that up while I'm here. I might grab the Kalitas, I don't know, I might. Let's keep browsing. Whenever this creature attacks, you lose 1 life and this creature endures 1. Endure. I think that's you put a counter on this thing, or you just make a spirit token. I'm just gonna grab it. Okay, those are slivers, I know. 5 color cards. Meat Hook Massacre. If I'm trying to play a bunch of small creatures, then this probably won't be so ideal for me to play. This would be, like, more ideal if I wasn't playing so many creatures, or didn't plan to play too many creatures. Five mana for this, though, that's steep. Enchanted player can't gain life. That's interesting. I might pick this up just to use it as a counter against all the opponents in the White Castle have this. Every upkeep you gain 2 life. Yeah, in the castles, enemies start with this passive effect that you can't get rid of. The white one, every single upkeep, the opponent gains 2 life. That's one of the things it does. And if I desperately need just a way to shut off the life gain, assuming they don't just get rid of this thing, Grievous Wound, because of the first, like, enchanted player or opponent or somebody can't gain life card that I found. It's the first card I found so far that literally just says a player can't gain life. I think I'm gonna actually just let go of Glissa. Choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type have fear. Okay, that's certainly a lot better than the other, like, creatures can't be blocked except by... Yeah, that's basically fear. Can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and black creatures. This doesn't cost 5 mana. It costs a more respectable 2. Another card that makes it so players can't gain life. During each player's upkeep, that player loses 1 life. But if, let's just say I'm playing against the Chroma and she starts with, like, doesn't she start with 70 life and I won't start with anywhere near that? This is going to kill me long before it kills her, in that case. Pink Horror, what is this? I've never seen that. I do want to see a few more demons. Archfiend of Ifnir, whenever you cycle or discard another card. Since Raffine is really good at just discarding potentially lots of cards whenever you discard or cycle another card. I guess this is for each card, right? I take it it's for each one. Put a -1/-1 counter on each creature your opponents control. If that triggers for every single card I discard and then got a lot of creatures on board and constantly attacking with Raffine, that's gonna get so out of hand. That's pretty much just going to pretty much continuously kill all my opponent's creatures over and over. Best case scenario, I get a critical mass of easy to, like, summon. Like, sure they might be small because I can just easily, like, fill the field with them. Sure they may be small, but if I can easily just flood my field with them and just keep on attacking with them, and then I also have that Archfiend out and I'm just drawing, say, like 4 or 5 cards and discarding that many. That's pretty much just going to completely wipe, like, that's gonna just completely wipe out like 99% of the creatures that are gonna be on my opponent's board, more or less. Okay, maybe closer to like 70 to 80%. So yeah, I get a bunch of like low-cost creatures, just 4 or 5 low-cost creatures, so I could just pump them, like, flood the field with them really quickly. And then just attack with them all over and over again, and if the opponent can't remove either this or Raffine. And even if the creatures, like, say, like, have, like, more toughness, then I put, like, -1/-1 counters on them, they're still gonna be severely crippled by that. By all the -1 counters are gonna be put on them. Okay, I see Sun Eldrazi. Some Japanese card. Unicorn. Horror of Horrors. Oh, that old school art. Classic. Sort of once in future. What did this do again? Surveil 2, then cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. Okay, it would let me fill up my graveyard. If I want to put big creatures into the graveyard just to reanimate them with cheap reanimator spells later, that's another way to fill up the graveyard. Let's see if I find some even better stuff, though, just lying around. Okay, that's pretty decent mana rock right there. Seeing what other towns we can walk to, perhaps. I mean, once I don't know, actually find some lands I want to buy, I'll just start fighting random enemies that spawn outside whatever town I happen to be in. Assuming I find any lands, that is. Not really seeing any, like, land shops specifically at the moment. Oh, there's the Upside Down Mind Flayer again. That I never actually played with. Oh yes, skeletons. I already got my Emperor of Bones, by the way. Oh, this isn't like the X and 2 blue Wan Shi Tong. This isn't the Wan Shi Tong Librarian. If I saw that, I'd probably buy that. The one that, yeah, every time your opponent searches their library, put a +1/+1 counter on this thing and draw a card. Flash, flying, enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. Yeah, that one I'd play. Oh, vampires. I would still, yeah, I'd still definitely look around. A wall of putrid flesh. Again, I want to see if there are any land cards for sale. I'm seeing black-red cards. Okay, it looks like more demons. zombies. Looks like a bunch of random stuff here. Goldsmith, so multicolor. Fear of Infinity. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, you may return this thing from your graveyard back to your hand. Not sure how many enchantments I'm going to end up with in my Raffine deck once that's actually finished. I'm not expecting to end up with enough enchantments to consistently be able to buy that back. Bitterbloom Bearer. That's a good way to just get a bunch of cheap, like, low-cost flyers in large quantities, so I can just connive as much as I want with Raffine. Yeah, they may be small, but there's going to be a lot of them if that Bitterbloom Bearer gets to stick around turn after turn. There's going to be a lot of those, like, little flying creatures that are going to be tricky to block. Let's actually farm some more gold and or cards so I can actually buy stuff again. I really hope to get to this Raffine deck within the next couple streams. Really hope to sooner or later have a fully functioning Raffine deck. Okay, whenever Zathra, Necromancer, or another human creature you control dies, yes, make a zombie. We'll get rid of this, it'll get exiled so it won't leave a zombie behind when it leaves the field. Pass. Ooh, oh no, I lose 1 life, I still have 23. Anyways. These can both attack. And I'll just gain some more life just by attacking. Uncle Isfan. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to him by creatures. Guess we'll still just attack. Yeah, I'm not going to be beating this over with combat damage or anything. But anyways, it's not like he has flying, I can just fly over him. I can give any other attacking creature flying also, that's even better. No point in even assigning combat damage, nothing's gonna happen to him. Well, I guess I wasn't expecting to win that much anyways. I really did not win that much. Hopefully maybe this Zombie Lord will drop some more cards for me. Hopefully maybe he's at least gonna drop a few more. Whenever Undead Augur or another zombie you control dies, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Okay. I'll pass. Okay, so I already don't really have any more cards left in my hand. Okay, another Undead Augur. Target permanent gains protection from white. Target spell or permanent becomes white until end of turn. I can't make all of these white or anything. I mean, maybe I could, but that's gonna be a lot of mana. To turn every one of these into a white creature. That's gonna start to become a lot. Until end of turn, yeah. Oh boy. I'm gonna definitely need more than just a pacifism at this point. Honestly, I'm starting to think I seriously just don't got it. Alright, he just drew some more cards. Well, I guess I can render one of these creatures at least unable to attack, but still. At this point, I can only do so much. Well, let's get this thing off the board. Yeah, definitely wanted that to just go away, that's for sure. And yeah, then what? I'll put the Bone Splitter here and see what may come next. Death Baron. Yeah, I'm not gonna win this. Even still, yeah, I'd probably just lose next turn. Okay, there's a land shop. Just let me see what's actually for sale here. Looking for... I'm just probably gonna prioritize lands that actually make 2 colors. Ideally some good ones at that, too. Oh, a basic Plains, which I already own 34 of. Now, if only this was like the white-blue, the blue-black, or the white-black one. Definitely some cards I still want to pick up here, though. Now I just have to find some more opponents to actually duel. And ideally beat them. And ideally win. actually get some cards off of them. We're gonna mulligan to 5, actually. I'm just, at this point, I'm desperate to at least have 2 lands in my opening hand. Pass. Okay, Wall of Omens, I get to draw another card. Also not a land. Okay, can I get rid of this before it just starts putting, like, +1/+1 counters on each vampire he controls, like, multiple times? Let's get rid of this before it just starts putting, like, too many +1/+1 counters on all his other creatures. Okay, he finally found his 3rd land. I still have, in the meantime, I still have not done so. Well, I still haven't yet. There we go. Gotta wait till next turn to actually use it, though. I got something that flies, so we'll attack with that. Okay, I understand. Let's try and draw another card, I guess, off of Roving Harper. Okay, and it's a Plains. Alright, finally got to my 4th land. Okay, he's casting this, right? Again, I'm gonna have to, like, get rid of this before it just becomes too much of a problem to handle. If he just keeps sacrificing his vampires and then this one just sticks around and just... if he just keeps playing vampires, sacrificing them, and then this just puts, like, +1/+1 counters on his entire team, if that just happens turn after turn, there's no way I'm gonna win. Okay, now I... Ward, sacrifice a creature. Alright, so yeah, now I gotta deal with the creature that actually does fly. Sacrifice a creature for this to actually resolve. Well, I'm gonna attack like this again. Pass. I don't know how many more turns I've got at this point. There's some creatures I absolutely desperately need to get rid of, and I don't have actually anything that's gonna get them off the field. Unless maybe one creature attacks and I just Pitfall Trap for 1. Yeah, this can only kill, like, attacking creatures, and they also have to not have flying. And now I got this in my way, too. And now I have this in the way. Yeah, Gisela is at least just first strike, so even if this were to block, I'll just first strike kill this before its Death Touch can kill her. Pass. Oh, no attacks. So I lose some life, and then I lose some more life. Oh, another creature that flies. That's gonna get in my way now. Of course. I have plenty of creatures myself. It's just... I don't know. Maybe this thing could get double strike at least? I can give this thing double strike. Oh, it's 2 and a white to adapt 1. I thought it was only like 1 and a white. I'm waiting. Okay, so that's gonna kill Senu. In response. Okay, Johnny Goldmane's gonna stay on the top. Plane's on the bottom. Yeah, exile Senu in response, and also gain some life. Yeah, my creatures could probably use some +1/+1 counters. They could use some additional help. Yeah, they could definitely use some help, alright. Ideally, I'll just do that turn after turn. Okay, that's another... That's one less creature he has now. Ideally, we'll just do this turn after turn until my creatures are actually big enough to take on these. Will he attack, though, is the question. No, I guess just gonna play this. I'm thinking maybe I can actually finally start to do some damage to this board. We might possibly finally be able to do some serious damage to the board here. Yeah, hopefully. I'll make my creatures indestructible. Oh, I'm also gonna put Senu onto the battlefield attacking because Gisela's attacking. Okay, at least... Yeah, at least that leaves him with fewer creatures. As long as the top card of your library is black, this and other vampires, you get +2/+1 and have flying. I mean, it would be a 5/4 if the top card of his deck was black. Okay, it's just a basic swamp. Borrowed Time. I'm gonna exile This could potentially give everything +2/+1 in this field, so I'm exiling that. I'll attack with everything except for Senu. Okay, even Senu at this point. Alright, so you got 2 creatures left, one of which can't attack or block. But everything that dies just drains 2 points of life from me and gives it to him, so that's, at this point, that's what's keeping him alive. That's how he's still alive right now. Alpha Strike. Finally got rid of this vampire. Holy shit, I finally beat him. Just to win a few random commons and uncommons. It was barely even worth it at all. Oh, it's the zombie lord that already beat me earlier this stream. Hopefully maybe he won't beat me again. Zarda got a really good 1-drop on his field. And there's... and I'm not finding land, so... I'm just gonna concede. I've already missed like 2 land drops in a row. Against this deck, I don't think I can afford to do that. Against that, I don't think I can afford to do that. Missing at least 2 land drops, maybe even more. Okay, sure. I'll pass the turn. Let me just read this to see what it does. Okay, all of these fungus creatures need to have like 3 spore counters, and they get 1 every upkeep to really like do anything. Yep, that's a good way to start drawing tons of cards. I'll just pass. I actually need to be able to cast the spells in my hand. I'll just get another Plains card. Play another creature, I can just Skull Clamp to turn into more cards. And then Skull Clamp the Might it's going to leave behind when it dies to turn into more cards. There was no point in even bothering with attacking. I want to see what the backside of this little fungus looks like. Okay, it's a 3/3. I'll get rid of this one, because that has the most toughness. Okay, the spirit that flies, I guess, is also going to attack. pass. Okay, no attacks. Yeah, it's a lot of small creatures on his field. Small creatures, though, keep in mind. Not gonna remove the counters in response. Might as well have done that, but I guess we're not gonna even bother with that. I'm just seeing, like, what... Okay, this blocks Daxos. I'm still gonna draw 2 off Skull Clamp. Not a single one of these creatures flies, though, right? And I can just attack with this Spirit to finish him off. Precisely. Oh, now we're talking. 9 cards and 90 gold. Now we're talking. Okay, this I could play for the time being. Until I find even better lands. This is always playable. Let's see who else I find just outside some of these cities here that can duel. Okay, some ghoul. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble just finding land. And now I gotta put 2 cards back. Just so I can get a hand with at least 2 lands in it. Oh, this again. Oh, got exiled, I believe? Exile target creature or planeswalker. I'm gonna sacrifice a perfectly good champion of the parish to do that, though. Island. Tap 3 untapped creatures you control. Each opponent loses 1 life. I guess we'll attack for 2, pass. Okay, it's a 1/3 with no abilities. Nothing to worry about, really. I'll call back. I don't think I want to attack yet. I'd like to, I don't know, actually get to play another creature. Except I can't really seem to find that, or my lands. Still don't think I should be attacking into this board just yet. I don't know, maybe there'll be something worth destroying. Maybe. Oh, another land. And it's a plane, so now I have 3 white sources, so I can put this on the field. Now we actually have... Now we're definitely able to swing into this board. Okay, we're still doing amazing right now. On just 4 lands. We're still doing absolutely amazing here. I'll just, at this point, I'll just swing with everything. Death Touch and Regenerate Siege Zombie. I might as well block. I mean, I'm gonna leave behind another creature as that Doom Traveler dies anyway, so might as well. If nothing flies, then yeah, this is perfect. I'll just finish him off with that Flying Spirit. Oh, 6 more cards on 31 gold. It's all commons and uncommons though, but still, I'll take what we can get. I don't know, it's been kind of slow as of late. Remove target card in the graveyard from the game. Draw a card. Toxic Deluge. Interesting. 2 mana, and this can kill, yeah, most creatures in the game for 2 black. Only fails to kill vampires, werewolves, and zombies. Doomsday. I'm probably not going to try and build a Doomsday deck, though. One more of these. Inquisition of Kozilek, not bad. Deadly Rollick. Exile target creature, and I can cast this without paying its mana cost just by controlling my commander. I like the sound of that. I'll sell both the Eat and the Lives. We'll sell that too. Repeat the following process for each opponent, so it'll happen once. Let me just actually quickly read this before I actually just blindly sell it. My opponent may pay life at the beginning of my upkeep to exile a card from the top of my deck, or it goes into my hand. If it's a land on top, they could just pay 0 life to get rid of it. I mean, and then they wouldn't give me that card. They could just literally pay 0 life, worst case scenario, to, like, blank this. Otherwise, put it into your hand. I'm just thinking, like, there's still, like, at least a 30 or 40% of the time it's gonna be a land on top, and they can just pay 0 life to not let me get it into my hand. I mean, it still sounded pretty good on paper, though. But I think I'll still ultimately pass on that. Okay, 1,200 gold. Return up to 6 target creature cards with different names from your graveyard to the battlefield. 7 mana for this thing, though. I don't know, I want my reanimator spells to be a little bit cheaper than 7 mana. Even though Deadpool's riding a unicorn for some reason, I'm still gonna pick up the Deadly Rollick and probably also the Hand Rep. Okay, I guess if I really wanted Doomsday that badly, but again... Brain Freeze if I want to play Storm. I want to see one more set of cards. Just seeing if there's any cards I immediately recognize here. That's more or less what I'm just hoping to see. Cards I instantly recognize are just really good, and then just buy them immediately. I'll do this... Actually, I really want to get that Hedge Maze. I just want to get that out of the way in case I do pivot to blue and green suddenly. Then I'll have Hedge Maze and I'll have a Surveil land in those colors, just ready. I'm probably, honestly, never gonna find a home for the KKK members. I'm probably never gonna find a home for that, let's be real. Like, what deck could I run it in? Like, Mono Blue Devotion or something? With all the 4 blue mana symbols in anything other than Mono Blue, that's gonna be a nightmare to cast. So, like, at that point, like, what can I even run this in? I want to see what else we can get to show up. Oh, speaking of the Surveil lands. Tapped unless I control 2 or fewer other lands. So when I need my lands to really come in untapped, like early game, they will. Let's grab that too while we're there. Just seeing what I can sell real quick. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let go of that. Dark Slick Shores. Now I have a few more lands that can make 2 colors of mana. Aren't always gonna come in tapped. Except for, like, the Shadowy Backstreet, because... at least that has the Surveil 1 on it, and when I can start actually finding fetch lands. I can just use a fetch land to, like, fetch into that. If I don't need my land to come in, say, like, necessarily untapped, then I can just go fetch into, say, a Surveil land. It's like, yeah, I know I have the choice. I didn't expect them to try and pick me up. At least it wasn't snakes this time. I guess he's just gonna say the same thing over and over. So can I go inside? Well, I probably have to fight whoever's standing in front of the cave if I can actually go inside. I probably gotta fight whoever's in front of it. Oh, 2 blasted landscapes so far, apparently. Is everything in his deck gonna be colorless or something? Yeah, if his whole deck is just gonna be colorless spells, this is gonna be useless. It just occurred to me that that's not gonna really do anything in that case. Oh, okay, this can't block anyway, so we should definitely attack. Can't attack alone. It really is starting to look like a colorless deck I'm playing against here. Well, I can kill one of these creatures at least. I can get rid of one of them. I'll get rid of the one that's giving everything on his field +1/+1. Okay, another flying creature that cannot block. Okay, now I can cast this thing for 2 mana since I got all my creatures out of my hand. I'll just take 4. At this point, I could just attack with everybody and easily beat them. And give me some cards. Ideally, a lot of them. Illusionary Mask. You can summon a creature face down so opponent doesn't know what it is. The X can be any amount of mana, even 0. It serves to hide the true casting cost of the creature, which you still have to spend? As soon as the face down... You can pay 0, but you still have to pay the true casting cost of the creature, so how does that work? How does that make any sense? Nevin Aral's Disc. Kyren Archive. Sacrifice this land, draw a card if you control 5 or more lands. It really was just a bunch of, yeah, colorless cards. Okay, I can actually go inside. And find some more loot, which I will take. Do I have to fight these guys, or can I just go straight into this basement here? Good chance I'm going to be fighting one of these green golems regardless. Where's a Silex? Is this any good? Okay, it's a board wipe, technically. Yeah, it's reading like it's a board wipe. Hopefully this guy won't be too tough. Because now I'll be fighting him. Target creature with Defender gains haste. Can attack as though it didn't have Defender and assigns combat damage with its toughness instead of its power. Okay, that checks out. That looks like it just about makes perfect sense. Okay, another wall, basically. Another wall. I guess I'll just pass. Wall of spears. Okay, at least now I can gain some life. Sure. What am I supposed to do about all these walls? At least two of which have reach, so it's not like I can just fly over them necessarily. It's not like I can fly over some of these. Yeah, I got plenty of planes as is. Oh, another wall of spears. I'll lose some life from the One Ring, and then I'll just have 4 more creatures enter, and I'll just gain that life that was lost. I'll just gain it right back. Okay, that's gonna be a lot of birds. Okay, that's like 8 of them, right? Yeah, that's 8 of them. I think this can go. That should probably go. So what blocked that? Oh, the 0-4 steel wall. It still made me gain at least 1 life, sure. But anyways, it's starting to look like we got a long way to go here. And I guess if the walls weren't enough, then I gotta figure out what to do about the 8/1/1 flyers. I guess if the walls aren't enough to get through, then we got these too. So they're all attacking me. Alright, because I have no flying creature that can actually block that. Walls can attack as though they were not walls. I can get rid of 1 bird. That's not going to be doing us any favors, just getting rid of only 1. That won't do us any favors at all. Need to make sure I keep gaining life also, by the way. Anyways, it's like, I don't quite know what I'm supposed to do here. I can draw some more cards. I just want to see what I'm gonna find, if anything's even gonna help me at this point. If anything can even help at this rate. I don't have mana up for that, so anyways. Yeah, I need to desperately gain some lifestyle. I probably don't think I killed a single thing here. I didn't kill anything. I did gain some life, but that was about it. Okay, how many creatures can I actually have enter, though, to actually maybe potentially start doing some damage? Yeah, let's draw another card, I suppose. So it's another land, I guess. Okay, maybe I can do a little bit of damage to the board, maybe? With these creatures actually having gained some power toughness, maybe we can do a little bit of damage to the board, maybe? Maybe? Might be possible to do something to this board. We can only hope I can actually do some damage to this board with a 4-4, a 7-5, 2 4-4s, a 5-5 attacking. Oh, and a 4-18. I got some damage in, finally. But even then, it looks like I still have a long way to go. I'm just gonna keep recasting the wall of junks that every time they block, they just go back to his hand. And thus he could just keep recasting them. I'm gonna exile one of the walls of junk so it can't just keep coming back to his hand and he can keep recasting it over and over. I was hoping to find, I don't know, not just a bunch of planes. Okay, Shadow Spear and Borrowed Time. We'll probably get rid of this other wall of junk with that. Probably gonna give something Trample and Lifelink as well, most likely. I'll put that there. We literally have a... Daxos is a 420. I definitely want to keep... There's several creatures I definitely want to actually keep around. Yeah, the one that just makes me gain 1 life for every single creature I have attack. Definitely should make sure I actually keep her around. But if I could just get rid of like a ton of these bird tokens, then I think it might still be worth it anyways, if a bunch of those birds go away. Anyways, let's just attack like this and see what happens. Oh, this is gonna do trample damage. Okay, I think now we're finally talking. Discard down to maximum hand size and pass. Still has like 10 birds, but I have all these creatures that are just way bigger than those little birds. And a wall that can't block or anything. Search your library for a creature card with Defender. Put it into your hand. Sunweb. And then not even play it, just pass. I'll draw. I'll keep Benelish Marshall where it is. And I'll draw into that. Oh, this can only target attacking or blocking creatures, of course. Might as well still play a land anyways. I gotta do all this scrolling just to see how many creatures we got. How about at this point, I think I should just literally go in with everybody. 12 Linden triggers on the stack. So I have at least 12 attacking creatures, and there's like only 10 birds that can block that, so... Okay, yeah, that actually finally kills them. I don't even know how he did that. And the loot was not at all impressive. With respect to what I had to do to earn that, not at all impressive. Let's see if I can just, I don't know. This blue golem seems to be completely uninterested in moving, so... If I want the treasure behind him, I'll have to fight him no matter what. A blue prototype. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Cast Benelish Marshall. That's gonna give this +1/+1 attack for 3. Return to its owner's hand. Should've just let it go back to my hand, in fact. Should've really just gone into my hand there. Extinguish the lights. Okay, that actually does... Yeah, that actually does destroy the creature. Pass. Show and tell? Each player may choose an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land card in their hand and put that into play. Parallax Wave. Hulking Metamorph. Sigil of Sleep attached to Hulking Metamorph. I have a response. Exile until Parallax Wave leaves the battlefield, and then the Sigil of Sleep just fizzles. Well, let's try and just clean this up as quickly as we can. Okay, now I don't even have to use a fade counter on this to just get rid of that. I'll just clean this up before this goes away. Phyrexian Metamorph, not bad. Elephant Graveyard, if I for some reason I want to regenerate elephants or mammoths. I guess now I can. I wouldn't drink that either. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Sacrifice 3 lands, Torpid Moloch loses Defender. Sacrifice 3 lands so this thing can attack. And then here, what do we have? A landscape sketchbook. Will Scion of Peace. Spells you cast this turn that are white and are blue cost. Let X less to cast, where X isn't the amount of life you gain this turn. And do I already have... Okay, I don't think I have a Canopy Vista already, right? Okay, F4 seems to not be working, so I'll have to actually just walk out of this dungeon. I'll fight this green prototype on the way out, it looks like. Looks like we'll be fighting him on the way out. Okay, another Teething Wormlet, sure. Okay, he's gonna block. Yeah, before playing any artifacts, which will just make these creatures all bigger than my Doom Traveler. Perfectly fine with that block. Tapped Power Stone token. That's an artifact that pumps this. Let's attack with the Spirit, I guess. He's gonna gain 3 life from this entering, and then that's gonna also get another +1/+1 counter on it. Let me just get rid of that. Pass. Another Boulder Branch Golem. I'll cast a Selfless Spirit. I'll get 2 life gain triggers, and that's gonna get 2 more +1/+1 counters on it. Alright, I'll take another free counter, sure. Alright, so I have a 9/9 here now. Let's just attack with it and see what ends up happening. Alright, there's some damage. Sure. 2 more Teething Wormlets, that's gonna make Soul Warden trigger twice, and that's gonna make this trigger twice. I'll attack with my 13/13. This flying creature. And this flying creature, too. Oh, I forgot it has Death Touch. Forgot about the whole Death Touch thing. I guess that can help. And Mother of Runes, definitely. I can just... Assuming those artifact creatures are also green if he just pays their prototype costs to play them. Different mana cost, color, and size, so... I think he paid, yeah, the prototype costs to play these, so they're coming in as... Those are the come in as green creatures. If they're green and not colorless, I can just, yeah, do protection from green, and then these can't block whatever creature give protection. Yeah, I'll just gain some more life. Yeah, I want to draw some more cards. Ooh, Thraben Watcher, nice. Now my creatures are gonna also get an additional +1/+1 here. If I just Alpha Strike, can this kill him? There we go. I guess we'll fight this, yeah, defeat this green prototype on the way out. I already own one of these, so I guess it's just gonna go straight into the auto cell. I still have to make my way out of this dungeon. Still gotta get out. Pick up some money, I guess, while we're passing through. I think we got enough cool stuff out of that dungeon. I'm gonna sell some of the cards I just got. If I want to play, like, green enchantments, I'll keep Audacity, I guess, for that. Death Touch and Indestructible until end of turn. Actually, not terrible. This I know is terrible, so sell it. I don't think I'm ever gonna need the elephant graveyard, so we can let go of that. I don't feel like trying to decipher illusionary masks, so I'm gonna sell it. I guess keep that for now if I need another just sort of piece of removal that can just actually get the creature off the battlefield. Maybe in case I need a board wipe or something, we'll keep the disc around. I think I have like even better ways to just give all my creatures +1/+1 than Piana also has to be attacking for my creatures to get the buff. I have better ways to just pump my team than Piana, so I'm gonna sell Piana. Create a number of 1/1 white human soldiers equal to your devotion to white. Interesting. Probably not going to sell that immediately in that case. This can only trigger once each turn. That is unfortunate. Oh, it just feels like we lose out on a lot of potential by that only triggering once a turn. So with just with that, I'm already back up to like 4,000 gold. That solves my problem of being, like, seriously low on money, once again. That fixes it. Until I just go spend it all again, that fixes it. Was this where Bitterbloom Bearer was, or was that another? Okay, Bitterbloom Bearer was here. Yeah, sure, they're only like 1/1s and I lose 1 life every turn, but... yeah, turn after turn that can just quickly become like a lot of small creatures that can just attack. And be tricky to block because they all fly. Oh, Gleemox, this card is banned. Yeah, where I'm gonna find 9 generic and 3 colorless mana with my deck. Where am I gonna find that, though? That's the problem. Temple of Silence. I mean, technically, it can get the job done for fixing my mana, and also fixing my draw, too, to some degree. If I have a card on top of my deck and I don't want it there, I can just put it on bottom. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. If I need to specifically stop my opponent's creatures from specifically dying, that's definitely one way to do it. Target permanent. You. Soren Markov. Can't believe that's seriously in the game. Just target a permanent. Just because I find it so funny, I'm just gonna buy it. Just because I find that oddly hilarious. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by target attacking creature this turn. I guess if I need a way to just prevent damage in my land slot. I think I'd rather grab this, though, if anything. Probably gonna keep looking in this specific store with the mana shards because I'm seeing a few lands that can make multiple colors of mana. You may have this enter the battlefield as a copy of any equipment on the battlefield. I'm not really exactly building towards equipment at the moment, so I guess I'll pass on that. I'll just pick this up because it's a survey land that I didn't own yet. I'm not playing green at the moment, unfortunately. Let me look for a shop that's just specializing in lands. Let me just look for like a quote-unquote exotic lands shop and then just work with that. And kind of work with that until I get like a bunch of the lands I want. Harplusen Forest. That's also red-green. Enters unless you control 2 or more other lands. And I can make blue and black. I'll pick this one up. Sarah Sanctum. If I want to play an enchantment deck, that would obviously go right into it. I might as well just buy it while I have the opportunity to do so. Red, green, red, white. Comes into play tapped. Always. If you tap it for colored mana, it deals 1 damage to you. No thanks. Oh, I have a land I can just sacrifice to draw a card. Except it always enters tapped. Oh wait, is that Field of the Dead? It is. If you control 7 or more lands with different names. I guess if the game goes on for long enough, that wouldn't be too hard to accomplish. I'm gonna just look for another land shop. I kind of want to stop spending mana shards to acquire these lands, by the way. We got a green shop here. Fetch land. For mountains and forests, though. If I want to play Esper, that's not going to help me at all, but fetch land is a fetch land. So, yeah, I'm still absolutely going to buy it. Batterskull. Do I need Batterskull that badly, though? I don't think so. Can we get some more lands to pop up? Ideally, really good ones. This one's playable. Except it's in green style. Sulphur Falls. How can I literally just not find lands in, like, that are white-blue, white-black, or blue-black? Finding so many lands with just red and green in them. And I am going to run out of mana shards if I keep doing this. Ulamog, the infinite gyre. I already saw that shop with the Nether Void. Looks like I've been to this town already. One of the cards was already purchased. Apparently I left the Sacred Foundry here, probably because I wasn't able to afford it earlier. I already own a Watery Grave. This will always come in tap because I'll never have more than one opponent. Unfortunately. Caves of Koilos always comes in untapped. We'll take that. Search for a basic forest, plains, or island, put onto the battlefield tap to get shuffle and gain 1 life. I mean, it's dirt cheap, so I might still pick it up anyways. Until I can just get to better lands than this. Basic land cycling. I'll do 1 more of these. Vivid Marsh. Always enters tapped. And you can only just make 1 mana of any color with it 2 times before you run out of charge counters. Let's see if I actually now have, like, enough capital to put anything together. Let's see if I actually have enough good cards to throw together something. I guess let's put, like, the actual good cards in first. I guess that's good enough. Command Tower, absolutely. There's no getting around it. I think for now, still gonna have to settle for, like, Evolving Wilds to get to any color I might be missing. Okay, this makes mana of any color still. Plains. Snow-covered one. Shadowy Backstreet, Scrubland, Skycloud Expanse. I think we'll play that too. Underground Sea. I can search Skull Clamp. Maybe if I have another good 1 mana artifact. So Urza Saga. Watery Grave, I need to get rid of some non-basic land. So far I got like only 25 lands in here. $26. I want to see where I add the basic lands again. Land set. That's still too few lands to really do anything. More likely than not, I'm probably gonna have to throw in like several basic lands. I'll have like too many basic lands in my deck to realistically do anything with, say, Tainted Pact. For now, anyways. That can also go in. Alright, let's actually start having fun and... Okay, so where are all my creatures? Let's start having fun. Let's get all my best creatures that I have. That's still very playable. I think we'll make do with 8.5 tails for now. Yeah, I want to be able to discard, like, high casting cost creatures and just... If I'm not reviving them, I'll just make copies of them with Hashaton. That should be fun. If you put a counter on a creature, Raffine just does that by yourself, typically, so this is gonna go in. Malcolm, Plume Creed Escort. Flash Flying. When it enters, you can give another creature you control hexproof. Definitely gonna play the Psychic Frog. I'll play Selfless Spirit. Senu. I'll try this. If I need my stuff to cost less mana, I guess we'll try that. We'll play this. I'll play this wall I can just hide behind. And because that also just flies. And it has first strike. Unless I had some way to just, I don't know, make this creature continuously, like, leave and re-enter the battlefield, I don't think it's worth running. Still probably gonna have plenty of creatures with power 2 or less, so I can maybe draw some cards off Mentor of the Meek still. I'm not sure. I'm not really building into a specific creature type, unfortunately. I might be able to still, like, cast another spell before this, and then this will just copy itself, maybe. Absolutely and absolutely gonna play that too. Gonna give this a go as well. Still probably gonna play Gisela. Definitely also Palace Jailer. I like having the crown, the monarch. I like having that. That's gonna go in. We're already on like, what, 30 creatures or something, and a lot of them are like really low converted mana cost, so they're gonna be easy to cast. I might already have enough creatures. Okay, now I have even more creatures. So if I look at only the creatures, how many is that? 33. I'm gonna just actually just see how many of these I can cut. I'll just cut a few creatures. $31, I think, is honestly still plenty. Let's just at least try it, like... Well, let's find, like, 29 more cards to finish the deck first, and then try it like this. Alright, now the other card types. It's basically a Demonic Tutor I have to wait 2 extra turns for. I'm still gonna play it. I think I have some creatures with good ETBs on them. Even if I don't, let's just say my opponent wants to use a removal spell on one of my creatures. I can just ephemerate in response to just pretty much... If it targets the creature and then I ephemerate, I blink it, then the removal spell fails to do anything. I think we're still gonna have enough creature that's gonna be worth running. Still. If I have Delirium, then I can search for any card. Counter a creature spell. Counter any spell if I don't mind just putting a land back in my hand. If I have more creatures than my opponent does, counter any spell they cast. Counter target non-creature spell for free if I have my commander out. Exile target creature for free if I have my commander out. Parallax Wave, definitely. Again, search my library for any card. Maybe if I need to actually wipe the board, we'll put a Damnation in there. Alright, I gotta just put like 7 more cards in now. Yeah, what if the game starts to really just drag on? Then they'll have 99% of the time, they'll just have like 1 mana to pay to blank my Force Spike. Then what? I guess I'll put that back in too. We'll try Tainted Pact, even though I really need to put like more non-basics in, so... I need to get like more basic lands out of my deck, replace them with non-basics, otherwise there's a good chance that I hit 2 cards of the same name and then Tainted Pact just whiffs. Which is not something I want to have to worry about. Alright, so I guess we'll find out if this deck is any playable in its current state. I'll find out if that's actually viable in its current state. Or I could see what else is for sale perhaps first, if maybe there's something that catches my eye. Maybe you can go grab like a last minute upgrade or something. Oh wow. I'm not playing like lots of mana ramp though or anything, unfortunately. Yeah, since the game was, like, asking us to go on a quest or two. Let's just see what quest I end up getting. Clear the old sewer of slimes by eliminating their presence and ensuring the safety of the townsfolk. Accept quest, warning hard quest. With a deck that's probably not even 100% done yet. Do I want to even attempt it? I feel like just taking something a little bit on the easier side for now, still. Abandoned factory, once owned by the notorious inventor Slowbat, has become a hotbed of danger. Another hard quest. So let me guess, go into this factory that might even have a boss in it I'd have to defeat. Inheritance of a small estate I've been expecting for years. I'm convinced some individuals will let me borrow against the land. Land isn't empty, I need someone to clear out the cave which could be found there. Find a cave and defeat all enemies inside. Can it show me this cave on the map? Alright, let's accept the quest and do it, and then from there see how I'm feeling about playing more. Let's accept the quest. And I guess fight some human looter along the way. One land in my hand. I'm not gonna keep a one-land hand or anything. I'm gonna keep that Sentinel where he is. Two or more other lands, so I'll play this third. Alright, Esper Sentinel. Pass. Cast Raffine, Scheming Seer. I'll attack. want to have this guy actually get a +1/+1 counter on it. Insect token, okay. Attack with both. And now I have to discard 2 cards. It's working pretty well so far. It's holding up well enough so far, at least. I guess we'll just cast a Psychic Frog. And pass. I don't know, I guess the fact that he barely found any lands is really helping my case. Not much to worry about if he doesn't really have, like, any lands to his name. Discard 5 after just literally drawing like 5 cards, of course. The fact that he barely found any land, that definitely helped me. So yeah, just down here, it's looking like. Let me just quickly poke around, see if there's anything good for sale here. Exile target non-land permanent. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and it may spend colorless mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. Even if I never cast it, I'm still getting rid of anything for 4 mana, at least. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life. Yeah, I'm thinking if I want any of these, in fact. I'll pass. I was thinking about it, though. Discount druids. Ashen Rider. When this enters the battlefield or dies, exile target permanent. Now if I can just get it... Yeah, I can get it into the graveyard now if I can just easily, like, revive it or something. Now if I can just revive it for far less than 8 mana, that would be amazing. Orcish Bowmasters. Hold up, I think we gotta buy that. Okay, we gotta pick that up. Just sell these 2 random rares I don't care about. And then just go walk just a few blocks down and go grab the Orcish Bowmasters. If only it was always that easy. Yeah, I guess we'll just find an Orcish Bowmasters on the way. Maybe I'll find something else? Not even trying? Snuff out. If you control a swamp, you can pay 4 life instead of this spell's mana cost to kill a non-black creature. Okay. The Coming of Galactus? Comic book style saga? Interesting. Let's see what else there is. I still keep looking around. Okay, I'm still very, very close to my actual objective. It's just I'm thinking I might actually find some cards I want on the way there. Three damage to target non-white creature. For 1 white. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. A common rarity, I don't see why not. Counter target spell that wasn't cast from its owner's hand. Or just counter a spell for 3 mana. I mean, if my opponent also had a commander I could just counter by paying 1, I'd definitely pick this up, but that's not the case. Five mana for this is too much, honestly. Do that one more time, because that's the last time I can do it for now. And there's still nothing in here really that I want that badly. Let's pick up the Mishra's Bauble while I'm here. That should be good enough for now. Anything good going on here? Let's see. Okay, if I was playing red, Untimely Malfunction would be alright. And that would be worth picking up if I was planning to play red anytime soon. I don't feel like going out of my way for irrigated farmland. I know I can do better than that. Six mana for this, though. I'm looking for spells I'm going to be able to more reliably actually cast. If I get off to like a really bad start, and my opponent gets off to a really good start, I might not even last 6 turns. This is the cave I believe I have to enter. This one? Defeat all enemies inside? Is this it? And that's the only enemy there is in here. So this is seriously the one? So what's in his hand? I'll get rid of the one card that I can actually get rid of from his hand, I guess. Okay, I see. Basic land cycling. So I have access to a plains now. Sure, I'll just take 3. Let's cast my commander. Oh, I can't even block this. Bitter Bloom Bearer, and pass. I'll let both of them hit me. Okay, he's gonna copy my commander with something. Oh right, Ward 1, of course. I'll just still play Palace Jailer, I guess. And I'll get rid of the 3/3. We'll put some +1/+1 counters on this thing. Discard those. Oh, we're gonna... I see we're double blocking here. Yep, that we are. My own Raffine is being turned against me. Pay an additional 1 to actually be able to target Raffine with something. Going with both of these. I'll play some +1/+1 counters here. Pass. I have a sorcery, a land, an artifact. Okay, I have delirium. I can just 2 mana search for anything. I got delirium. Okay, how did he get another, like, Raffine onto his field? You may cast Ephemerate, I will. I will do that. Oh, yay, another land card. Attack with 3 creatures. Can I do Hashaton? I didn't even need the extra creature. Was this the correct cave? Quest. Now I need to just... Yeah, it was the correct cave. I'm going crazy. I'm like, there was 1 enemy in there. I had to literally just beat 1 mimic. And now he's gonna be happy. Goblin Guide. Good turn 1 play, I see. I see. I hope this at least slows him down a little bit. Okay, this has to attack. It's just gonna crash into Raffine and die. Oh, I can't even pay double black just yet. Pass. Okay, command tower. Victim of night. Can I cast this now? There we go. Shock deals 2 damage to me, that is fine. Put some +1/+1 counters here. I have an instant... I have a... I'm just seeing how many different kinds of... How many different card types are in my graveyard. Not enough to trigger Delirium yet. I'll just take 4 damage so that it immediately goes away. Starting to think this can just kill him here. Yep. Alright, give me a few more cards, I guess. Zergo Bellstriker, Jackal Pup, and a bunch of other red cards. Return to town and report my success in clearing the cave. Yes, I want to go do that, but I guess I'll also fight this boar along the way. 2 lands in my hand. Might not be that bad. Now I already have 3 lands to my name. Spider Ham, Peter Porker. Food token, sure. I'm gonna go grab a... let's see. Island or swamp card, it said. I'll just take an Underground Sea. Sure. I'll let this hit me for 2. Okay, sure. Anyways, I still got to draw and discard and pump this thing. Okay, that's basically just another creature. Sadly, this is gonna come in tapped, but it's gonna be a land still, yes. I think I'll just discard the Lion's Ash. So I have a land, artifact, and creature in my graveyard. Now I got a sorcery, too. Holy crap. (10-6). Whenever a Nessian board becomes blocked by a creature, that creature's controller draws a card. Surely we can just find a way to get rid of this thing instead, huh? That'll work. Just turn it into a 2/2. That'll work. Attack with both. Not sure if he has non-creature spells, to be honest. Okay, then. Swamp. Alright, add any card from my deck to my hand. Because I believe I have, yeah, Agent of Treachery's in my graveyard. Exile it with Emperor of Bones. Okay, sure. I guess this one I'll just discard this. Pass. Adapt 2. Agent of Treachery. Cheat this into play. Gain control of target permanent. I'm gonna take Spider Ham. I'm gonna attack like this. Put some counters here. Sacrifice Agent of Treachery. Yeah, that is fine. Hey, just gonna gain some more life, I see. I thought Agent of Treachery was back in my graveyard. Okay, I guess actually maybe it's not. At that point, I think I'll just discard my extra lands. Okay, sure. I still have to walk back up here. And let's see, like, yeah, claim my reward once I get back there. I'm getting close. I didn't even see there was an enemy there. I don't know what it is with constantly drawing into, like, one land hands here. I'll cycle into a plains. I'm finally getting around to just playing a different deck. I got to switch my commander to something honestly kind of busted. Even though the deck is still a long ways away from being, like, truly perfected. Oh, on your end, you mean? Not just me, also killed another Endless Mode run on your end? So... yeah, so I was imagining you were gonna try that today, even though I failed to beat your personal best with door count. I was still just assuming you were gonna give it a go regardless. Oh, every time this does combat damage, I draw a card. Nice. Parallax Wave. I'll put some more counters on Psychic Frog. And then draw another card off the frog. Gain one life for each creature you control with flying, so... not gonna gain any life. Damn. I'll just shuffle my deck. I guess I can only swing with one creature right now. Destroy target tapped creature. You gain one life for... I didn't leave up any blue mana, so... I can't do a negate. Okay, I have Delirium, so I can search for any card in my deck for 2 mana. Again, I can go grab anything. Me, on the other hand, I was playing... I definitely felt like, yeah, it was 2 days ago. Actually, no, it was yesterday. What am I saying? It was yesterday. I definitely felt like I was just playing more aggressively than on that run that I got like 1,100-ish doors in. I definitely felt like I was just playing a little bit more aggressively. I mean, even if I was playing like super safely, what are you gonna realistically do about like 3 rooms in a row with 0 lockers, one of them being like a long hallway? And then at the end of one of those rooms, a tripwire underneath the door for good measure. At that point, what are you gonna really be able to do about it? Okay, sure. I just have a creature that literally can't be blocked anyways. Well, we're not really getting much, I see. Door 400 to 500? I was just thinking, okay, am I gonna start to struggle here a bit once I get past door 400 just because I was just used to having the lights on, now I gotta just transition from like having the lights actually be on to flicker too. Okay, let's see what we got for completing this quest. Yeah, for like the first 100 doors or so, or for however many. However long it takes for you to actually get used to the fact that there's no lights to signal the anglers arriving anymore. Do think, yeah, that does take some actually, like, getting used to. Complete more side quests. Townsfolk offer you a small discount in their shops for having helped them, and suggest there may be more work available. I don't really notice any discounts. Just yet, though. Okay, there's more quests up for grabs here, I see. Very colorful advertisement catches your eye. Circus of Chandelar, coming soon to everywhere. You're not sure what you were looking for, but a circus wasn't it. We can't go to... we can't go to the circus? I might have gone. I don't know, I just feel like it never really cools down a little bit. It's just like you actually get used to now having to play with like no flickering of the lights to signal anything attacking you. Okay, I'll buy a Prismatic Vista. It's just after a while you simply just get used to it. Yeah, what if my opponent's playing only one color? Then this is not going to do much. Underground River, okay. That's pretty cool, too. Lake of the Dead. I'll probably just take the underground river, though. Not sure if I'll be getting one of those PBs either at this rate. I mean, after just losing that run that was over 1,000 doors in, will I want to attempt another? Will I even want to attempt again so soon anyways? Alright, back up to 2,000 gold. Until I just go and blow it all again. Target player reveals their hand, you choose an artifact or creature card from it, then they discard it. I mean, it just feels like a lot of the enemies in the game play a lot more creatures than non-creatures, so... I don't know, maybe the Vessel will just be, like, that much better in this game than it is in typical competitive Magic. Reanimate 2 creatures? Every turn? With power 2 or less, but still. Good night. I'm gonna definitely take the Dance of the Dead. And then let me just see what other cards might show up if I hit this. $20 or more cards in my graveyard, though. That's gonna take a while to get there, even with this helping me. This is based off of the card game Magic the Gathering. More specifically, it's Forge. Yeah, the open source rules engine for Magic the Gathering. Which has a built-in adventure mode, which I'm playing right now. I got a few upgrades to throw into my deck. I think I'm actually just gonna put like one extra land in here. I am getting kind of sick and tired of just frequently opening one land hands. I need lands to make mana to cast my spells, otherwise I can't really play the game now. I'll just have to take one card out of my deck here. Raffine Scheming Seer. She's pretty crazy. For just 3 mana, you're getting a creature that's really good at blocking for its mana cost. It's got 4 toughness. Also tricky to block because it flies. Also tricky to just target with spellers or abilities because it has like, yeah, it taxes you for like 1 mana every time you try and target this with anything. And Raffine is definitely a commander you want to try and get rid of on sight. I mean, especially if I have a lot of other creatures to attack with, then I can just draw, discard even more cards. And for each non-land card I discard, I can just take any attacking creature and throw, like, that many +1/+1 counters on it. Permanent. That being said, I do want to do 1 or 2 more duels with this deck. Felithar the Steadfast. Each creature controlled does combat damage with its toughness instead of its power. Your creatures can attack as if they didn't have Defender. If I want to do a Toughness Matters deck. But I'm kind of already, like, deciding on Raffine, so... I should probably save my money for that. Oh, speaking of a Toughness Matters deck, that would be a good card to pair with the... Oh yeah, there's a lot of walls here that would be really good to actually pair with that Felithar I just saw. Oh, speaking of Toughness Matters, low-cost creatures with high toughness. There's another such creature you could play in Felithar. Okay, let's pick up the Deserted Beach. It makes all 3 colors that I'm playing, but at such a horribly inefficient rate, it's not even worth it. Why would I want to pay 2 to get 1 mana back? Why would I ever want to do that? For mana fixing. Yeah, technically, mana fixing, it can fix your mana, but at that point, it's just so horribly inefficient, like, why bother? Tap for colorless, or pay 1 mana to tap for one of the colors, or 2 mana to tap for 1 mana of 2 of the other colors it can make. At that point, why bother? What's this over here? A Mindslaver's encampment. I guess we're gonna poke around in here before I just call it a night. A hand with 0 land cards on it. 2 land cards. Obviously, I'm not keeping a hand that has, like, literally no land cards in it whatsoever. Shuffle the library. Yeah, just to hope to find another. Looks like your hand's 2 and you play Commander. Let me guess, you also don't have, like, that many non-basics. This is certainly looking a lot more passable now. I'll be able to cast Raffine on the 3rd turn of the game. Even with, like, a rather incomplete mana base, I can still consistently get Raffine onto the field turn 3, which is nice. Maybe he has a combat trick. If I block and he has a combat trick, I'm not risking it. flying and haste. Oh, and +3/+1 until end of turn. Okay, I guess I'm taking 5 damage to the face. As long as that doesn't kill me, I guess we're fine. Okay, he's got 4 cards in his hand still. Okay, I can only make him lose another copy of Titan Strength. When you start, do you choose your commander? They just give you like a random like monocolor commander and associated deck. Well, I kind of know what's in his hand. A creature that costs 5 mana and another one that costs 6. I kind of already know what he's got in his hand, though. Just Parallax Wave both those creatures away. I do have to technically discard. But still. Really not much in the way in terms of loot there. Not looking at much, I see. Doomblade. Destroy target non-black creature for 1 and a black. Okay. Clone. Savage Summoning. Oath of the Ancient Wood, and Scourge of Valkus. Nice random assembly of cards we got there. Some much better than others, of course. I'll fight another one of these Cyclops. I guess we'll try this. Swamp, Inquisition of Kozilek. His 2 untrample creature I'll make him get rid of. He's got like, yeah, now I know he's got like 5 lands in his hand. Suspend Profane Tutor. There we go. Anyways, pass turn. Alright, now I get to search for any card. Let's try this guy. Pass. I'll let this thing hit me again. Alright, well look, watch what I'm gonna do here. Attack. I'll put some counters here. Draw, and then discard. Pay 2 and a blue from Hashathon. Make a copy of Runescarred Demon. Search your library for any card. And pass. Attacks each combat a Fable. Oh, I'll just revive the original copy of Runescarred Demon. Oh, that's hilarious. Again, let's attack here. Discard Agent of Treachery. And I guess some land cards. Hashaton. Copy Agent of Treachery. And we'll steal this guy for ourselves. I love this deck already. Again, it's really not much. This card is just horribly overcosted for no reason. A Final Fantasy creature. I can just exile and, yeah, turn every combat turn a creature in my graveyard into a 5/5 black demon with Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. And this is from, yeah, Marvel Superheroes. That's gonna come out in June, but we've already been spoiled this card, so apparently it's already in Forge Adventure. Yeah, Marvel Superheroes. I'm already seeing Marvel Superheroes cards in my Forge. Back to the world map it is. Even though we really didn't get much done there. Oh, more walls. Not exactly what I'm here for, though. Okay, apparently I'm still looking at more cards. Enchanted creature can't become untapped. I'd rather just get the creature off the field outright if I can. More planeswalkers. I guess we are going to cross over into the mountains real soon. When Thought Monitor enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. Affinity for artifacts, which I'm not really playing. Oh, more artifacts. If only I was actually looking for those. But I'm not. Avacyn and Griselbrand? Pay 8 life. Each creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn, then draw a card for each creature you control. Card doesn't even have any art for it, though, sadly. Doesn't even look like I gotta do too much walking to get to the capital city. I'm probably just gonna get there and then end the stream. Probably just gonna go walk there and then call it a night. Booster packs. Do we want to try our luck with any booster packs? I'm tempted to try my luck with some of these. I mean, I have some cards I can just go sell. I'll sell the Marvel superhero. Villain. If he's a villain, yeah. Gain control of target creature with mana value X or less. If X is 5 or more, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Yeah, don't mind me just selling some of my extra loot I don't really want. Then I'll still sell the Savage Summoning. Almost back up to like 3,000 gold here. If I want to just turn that into 3 packs, and then it's pretty much my gold's all gone, then I could do that. I don't think I'm really playing Devotion to White anymore at this point. Thinking of just going all in on Raffine at this rate. Red cards. That Balefire Dragon was looking pretty nice though, but... yeah, I'm not playing red at the moment. I know Mirage has, like, the Mystical, the Enlightened Tutor. If I want to... if I actually come into the other cards that actually make Lion's Eye Diamond, like, actually good. There's Lion's Eye Diamond. Tempest has Reanimate. I'd say also Wasteland, but we already got that. I'm sure there's other, like, really good cards in Tempest. Fallen Empires, I think best we could do there is hint to Turok and High Tide. That's about all I could probably want from those. Torment. Original Mirrodin. Ice Age has Counterspell, Source of Plowshares, Hydroblast if I need to counter a red deck or anything. Necropotence. Ice Age has some good cards in it, too. Probably even more cards than just, like, those ones that I named. And now, once again, I am flat broke. But I still might be happy. Tempest. Did this work out for me or no? Did this work out? We're only looking at the commons for now. What about the uncommons? I think that's one of the uncommons. Destroy all green creatures. I have another, like, hoser against green. Illicit and Scroll Rack. Not bad. Mirage. Okay, I get another pacifism. I don't need another pacifism, though. Painful memories. Look at target opponent's hand, choose one of those cards and put it on top of their library. That's it. Jungle Troll. Charcoal Diamond, and the rare... Mist Dragon. Not what I was looking for. That's okay, I guess. Dark Ritual? Oh, I forgot, Dark Ritual's also in this set, and now I got a Dark Ritual. Circle of Protection blue. Black Scarab. I'm not reading all that. Battle Cry and Carplucent Forest. Yeah, like we also have the allied color pain lands in here as well. I got the one that makes red and green. Let's just sell back everything I'm never gonna play. Charcoal Diamond might have been like okay, but I know I can do better than Charcoal Diamond. Might keep that around for the time being, Circle of Protection blue. Pretty much save it for when I'm dueling against the mono blue deck specifically. Definitely keep the Dark Ritual. Healing Salve. Nah, I know that's not gonna really cut it. I don't think this is gonna cut it either. Horse Shade. I don't think I'm ever gonna use Mist Dragon for anything serious. Perish. I definitely see a use for that, so keeping that. Destroy target artifact, creature, or land you control. Not sure what I'm supposed to achieve with that. Gonna keep the scroll rack. Yeah, I'm just selling a majority of this stuff back. I kept like 6 of the cards I opened. Yeah, I mainly just want to keep, say, like the Dark Ritual and the Perish, and maybe the scroll rack? Also the land. Not really exciting now, but take what we can get, I guess. No, I'll just keep walking. Here, I'm gonna go to next. Yeah, once I can start running. This can go into my deck. That can also go in. I'll just take out 2 of my basics to make room for that. Yeah, 40 lands. That should be plenty. I should not be like seeing so many 1-land hands with 40 lands. This should be like, yeah, like plenty of lands. This should be more than enough. With a lot of my stuff costing only 2 mana, this should be plenty. Brother Peak. I mean, it barely cost me, like, any money to grab that. Iganjo? Sea of the Empire, okay. I'll grab that too while I'm here. I guess just a nice full art swamp because it's like dirt cheap. We'll pick that up too. Right, now I don't really have that many basics left in here. So yeah, when I try to cast Tainted Pact, I'm that much more likely to just not hit 2 cards of the same name before finding a card that I actually want to put into my hand off of that. Because it makes you exile cards off the top of your deck until you either want to take a card and put it into your hand, or you hit 2 cards of the same name and get nothing from it. So, ideally, don't have 2 cards of the same name in my deck. So that pretty much never whiffs. Let me just go and find... That's not what I'm looking for. The life upgrade, and then the rune to teleport back to the mountains. And with that, I'm just gonna call it a night. Let me just, yeah, save my game right outside the city here. We're gonna save right outside. Until next time.